Okay, so now that you've got all your pages together, you can stack them on top of each other and we'll be gluing them together. You can use any glue, magic glue, Tombow, tacky glue, quick dry glue, whichever you've got that's strong enough to keep the pages together. So you'll glue them on top of each other. Just decide what page you want to put at the top, because that will be your cover and it will be visible. Add glue to the spine of your book to give it extra strength. Okay, now it's time to do the coffee staining of our fabrics, the cheesecloth and the interfacing. So what I did was I cut both pieces in two to make it smaller and easier to handle. So what you'll need is your strong coffee in a spritzer bottle, your heat tool and a tweezer. Make sure that you soak the fabric properly on both sides. Give it a good scrunch, and in order not to burn yourself, you can just twist it up with a tweezer, and then you can heat it with or dry it with your heat tool. Okay, now it's time for the cover. So first of all, take your canvas fabric and rip it in two. And thereafter measure it around your book and rip a piece off. You'll find all the measurements inside the notes. And do the same with your netting and with some of the cheesecloth. Cut it to size and then wrap it around your book. You will then be gluing these together, but glue the fabrics to the back and front of the book, but not to the spine. The spine needs to be open. You don't glue your fabric to your spine, only to the back and the front. Some more coffee staining. There's little note paper in your kit. You can spray some of them with coffee to stain them. When you clean your sheet with a wet wipe, do not throw away the wet wipe. Spray some extra coffee on it. Wipe your sheet again, because this wet wipe you'll be using for your together with your metal flowers. So give it a quick dry, and then once it's dry, you can cut a piece off, fold it over and fold it over again, and then cut a small circle from the wet wipe. Once that is done, you can grab hold of it with a tweezer and then dry it with a heat tool, and you'll see while it's drying that it will shrink. So you can dry it until it's small enough to fit on top of your big silver metal flower. Once you're happy with the size of your circle, you can glue the wet wipe with the metal flowers in layers together and finish it off with a small little white pearl. I made 2 of these flowers to embellish the front page of my journal. I made 3 little layered butterflies. So look for a small yellow butterfly on one of the off-cut pieces of paper. Cut it out as a template. And then you can cut the same shape from netting interfacing, cheesecloth, and from one of the sheets of vellum. So you just cut them out, layer them on top of each other, and for the body use small black pulls. I made 3 of these butterflies for my journal. Another embellishment I used in my journal is leaves that I draw on some of the off-cut pieces of paper, especially the gold looked beautiful. So there's a pattern paper with white background and black leaves. I love those leaves, so I used one of them as an example, and I draw my own leaf on the gold paper, which I then cut out and used as decoration in my album.